What's up all my Quay eyes and Quay guys? We're gonna talk about my boy Steven's newest video, okay? It's a little Dark Age parody. It's pretty good. If you haven't already seen it, you should go watch it right now. It's only 19 seconds. I'll probably drop it in the description. If not, it's just on the official Quay Eye YouTube channel, okay? Before we get started, I want to talk about a few things you're gonna see a lot about. Number one, this is a panel from a manga called Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is in this theme of seinen manga, which is like, I don't know, adult visual novels. If you think like Berserk is the biggest one, you can think like Vagabond, I feel, a whole bunch of them. Alright, this is a good one. Steven's a big fan of these. Okay, he reads them. I don't know how he feels about them, but if he keeps reading them, you know, he probably likes them. Alright, so this video is heavily inspired. Well, it uses a lot of fill-in clips from Berserk, okay? So we can talk about some, like, themes overall. If you think Berserk as a story, you got the Golden Age, you got the Eclipse, you've got what? It's not called the Dark Age, but it's like, you know, it just keeps getting darker, post-Eclipse that is, and you'll see the Eclipse happen within the editing, okay? So, we talk about the Golden Age, let's talk about the Golden Age of Steven, okay? My man was shredded, my man was riding bikes, he just did big stuff all the time. You know, he couldn't jump very high, but he made up in other aspects. So, you know. We can talk about characters specifically and relate them to people. So if we think Josh and Julian, okay? These two, Guts and Griffith. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, Guts is like a do-it-himself kind of person. You know, he just lives for himself. That's all he ever did live for. And he obviously has he has a character arc in Berserk, but if you want to read Berserk, just read Berserk, you know. Anyway, think of this as like a strong, independent, like, I don't know, not a Sigma male, but not an alpha male. You know, Guts is something special. Go back a step, even just with, alright, this is Cameron, he'll come up later. We'll talk about him later. We talk about Griffith. When they describe Griffith in the anime and in the manga and shit like that, he's got beauty that is of, like, feminine quality, you know, he's androgynous, like, he gets with the bitches, he gets taken as a bitch, all for the, like, service of his kingdom, you know? If you just look, I don't know, man, that looks kind of feminine to me, alright? So, you know, I'm not saying nothing, but, he's trying to imitate a woman right now, you know? So, very clear distinction with Julian and Griffith, alright? Oh, sorry, Julian and Guts and Josh and Griffith, alright? Even, like, just straight after this frame, it's just Julian, you know? He's just pointing it out. He's saying, here, look, I am, right? Alright, so, here's when things get kind of rough, alright? Look at the anger that's swelling, you know? It always builds. It's always building. I don't know who this black guy is, to be honest. But you can just think, like, he's scheming. Like, you know, he's thinking about his life. He's thinking about his options. He's thinking about what he's going to do. And all the while, you know, like, his Guts, bro, is just like, where is he, you know? Where is he? This is about Steven just being a fucking dipshit, bro. He's just eating some fucking, like, it was a bread clip. What a fucking, like, oh my god. Anyway, what this actually shows is that Steven has an indomitable spirit. He would just, like, won't give up on his guns, you know, that's the kind of person he is. He'll fucking eat a bread clip if he thinks it's a Dorito. Like, you know, it might kill him, but, you know, he was right. It was just a funny Dorito. Alright. This dog, this is like a pretty basic jump, but this looks like Nero, Steven's dog, and you'll see him later. That's actually a big part of, like, Steven's character arc in this video. Alright, so, we'll go back a few pages, alright? This is the Eclipse, big event in Berserk. Won't spoil it, but it's pretty rough, and I almost to spoil it. Anyway, just signifies bad shit is about to happen, you know? And, you know, right after that, here's Josh, like, having his worst day ever, bro. Just a bunch of shit happening to him, like, oh my god. So, you know, what happens when a man gets driven to, like, insanity? He loses everything, you know? So, you know, Josh has had his worst day, and then right after this, you know, Julian is living it up, you know? He's getting awards, he's still living it up, you know? It's just the inequality is stacking up in such weird favors, you know. Some people just aren't born lucky. We'll talk about it later, okay? It's not even being born lucky. Alright, so winning. Let's go back. Let's go way back. Final photo of, you know, our schooling career. It's graduation day. Everybody's dressed up, except for my boy Max over here. My man is so underdressed, and it's in law, in character, because my man did not graduate, you know. Everybody else is dressed up to the fucking nines. Cooper got the, you know, like the slight jacket on, which is cool, you know. I fuck with that. But my man is dressed like, it's a fine fit, but like, I don't know, man. Keep it a little bit more formal, you know. That's just a funny anecdote. Sorry about that. But what I really want to talk about is this man, Christian Cruz. I believe Steven and him went to primary school together. Don't quote me on that shit. I didn't say nothing. But he will come up later, and he's kind of just sort of an ending like thought. But just keep in mind. Also keep in mind that he wore a troll shirt. How did he find this? Who gave it to him? You know, what the hell happened? Alright, so we just looked at Christian. Now we're looking at a young Josh here, I feel. I don't know if it's actually him, but I don't really know anybody else who plays guitar. If it is Josh, look at his whacked up kicks. It also might be Steven. I think he played guitar. Don't quote me again. I don't know shit. But I do think this next frame is a young Steven, okay? I'm kind of showing that. Still not sure. I'm not good with baby faces. Anyway, these just 3 shots are in total just meant to represent, you know, a simpler age. Obviously everybody was younger. You're just chilling with the Thomas the Tank Engine t-shirt on. You got no worries, okay? After having no worries, sorry, you get bitches. Not Cameron, but this story relates to bitches. Steven would be ditching classes to get pussy. Simple as that. He's a bowler. I can't blame him, you know. Beta males, Cameron, it's just like, oh, help, it's me and Devin. Meanwhile, Devin is the most interesting man to talk to, you know. Tough lad, completely, like the sickest man I know. Love you, Devin. Just, you see this, you know. Alright. But he's just sad because Steven's getting bitches. And we're going to talk about bitches in the next frame as well. Because there's the cutest bitch I know, man. It's fucking Victor, bro. That is a cute boy. Whoever said that, nice work, man. Alright. That was our previous fucking prime minister, presidential candidate. I forget what that shit's called, but for a school. A principal? Yeah. Got replaced by an old hag. I hate her. Golden age. Look at these men and their pained expressions. Look at those cold, lifeless eyes. But look at his chiseled neck, so you know. Look at his jawline. That's kind of nice. Talking about kind of nice, you know, we're talking about this. But look how hollow his eyes are, you know. His body might be rippling, but what does his eyes show? Not much. My man is manic, insane. Everybody's losing it. Nobody can smile in a world like this anymore, you know. How can we live when he can't even find his phone, you know? The phone, you know, it's just more about your telephonography, you know what I'm saying? Like, your phone is your connection to your people, you know? This is so sad because it's graduation, man. Like, everybody getting the fuck out of there. Maybe it's a fire escape, I don't remember. But, anyway, the phone don't really matter. But what can you replace your phone with? Fat stacks. And that's what everybody, you know, starts to do. Everybody falls into a deeper dungeon, bro. We can start to see horniness. Evil, perverted thoughts. Nonetheless, directed towards homies, you know. Not only do we see horniness, we see anger, you know. Even the material that he's reading is angry, you know. Obviously, this has a pacifist kind of ending, I believe, but I'm not quite sure on that. But within all this anger and rage, we come to the salvation. Nero, bro. This is Steven's salvation. You know. Oh, this is a good-ass dog. If you ever meet Nero, what a good dog, bro. You can see he's got problems with his eyes. He can't help it, bro. He only ever, like, if you walk at him forwards, He doesn't see you. It's amazing. Now, we talk about salvation. This is a big post from Berserk, you know. Again, I won't spoil it, but, you know, they're fixing some shit, you know. They're finding out who they are and, like, whatnot and whatnot. You know how it is. It's manga. But, even though Steven and his dog, you know, are succeeding, the folly of man, you know, everybody around him is still mad. Breaking shit just because of CSGO, just because of the games we play, you know. Even if Steven has found salvation, he still has to slum it with everybody else, you know. So, what do we do? You know, we look at things that have made us happy. Not specifically this, but this instead, you know. I feel like maybe in every friend group, there's big cycles of Minecraft. You know, it's the best game ever made. It, like, brings everybody together on the server. You know, QuaI server. You're trying to play some Minecraft modded, almost everybody would jump on that shit. So, this game brings us all together when every other game splits us apart. You know, people have found no ground between Valorant and CSGO and Overwatch and Splitgate, Paladins, and fucking any other game, you know. We're all separated. And so, this is just, like, a shining beacon of hope, you know. It also goes back to even our younger days, you know, like, I think if we go back, you know. Yeah, exactly, right? You're just looking at a young Josh here. This is maybe when he was 7 or 8. Like, he had the fucked up rectacles, he had the fucked up mouth guard and stuff. So, it just makes sense for Steven to put this right after when he's also trying to show about, like, childish spirit and what brought us all together as young people. Alright. So, this is when we get into the Dark Age. Also known as the Drug Age. This is Josh again. I can't believe, like, he would post shit like this. My man is fitted up, wearing Steven's t-shirt. I can't believe he would do this. Unbelievable. This, you know, leads to the entire downfall of our friend group. You know, we fell as people, fell to rage, fell to memes, fell to trolling. We can talk about this character Max, right? Like, my man has been punished, is maybe the word I would use. Like, he catches it rough sometimes. But it's just funny because this picture, this has hidden lore, you know. These two people, fuck. These two people, Cooper and Max, once greatest of enemies, you know. Now, Cooper's replaced by Cameron, you know. This man tormented Max. I was there just laughing along, bro. Yeah. Everybody in the friend group was afflicted by drug abuse. People became unregistered, horny, sending unsolicited images and text messages towards the female members of our group. We had to sue about that. We had an internal conflict, but it's all cool now, you know. The bro mentality is so toxic. That's what leads to things like this. That's what, you know, leads to people getting hurt. It leads to people getting burned, mayhaps. You know. Burned, mayhaps. This man is in the Fire Punch manga. You know, it's Fire Punch. It's in the name. What else can you say about it? He's just being super literal, on the nose. Reinstates how many bitches Steven was getting. It was actually unreal, you know. Alright, we're gonna keep going. We take a look at more drug abuse. Unbelievable. This is 100% crystallized meth. I can't believe Steven would do this. Influence the cutie. Influence the bitches. Now look what you got him doing. He's got him studying his drugs for him. Now, who else could this be, man? Who else could this man be besides Julian? Yes, yes. We look at this man, he's chiseled. It's because Julian has stepped above and beyond. You know? You see later on even more. But I'll call back to when we get to there. Drug money. Bitches. crazy antics. I ain't even gotta explain itself, you know? Now, okay. I'm a little bit ahead of myself, alright? I just like to point out Steven as a girl. It's like a 4.5 maybe. But I've seen him in a skirt and, you know. We're gonna talk about some gaming ages real quick. There'll be a few more slides. The first one we're gonna talk about is Sea of Thieves age. However, this did not last long, maybe 5 days in total playtime. Like, it was a good age. People got together and just, you know, did some Johnny Depp shit. But it's not really worth noting, okay? Maybe Steven's trying to tie it to the Bodark and Berserk, but it's past me, you know? But what I want to talk about is this frame right here, you know, represents a lot. Obviously, it's Chad Cameron, but this is pre an event that would shake him to his core and then just crumble the man that once was. That event being the death of George, bro. This shook my man Cameron to the core, you know. I remember talking to him on the phone and said, hey man, like, come outside, bro. It's been 2 months, I haven't seen you in forever. And he said, I don't know, man. I just can't get up, bro. I think about him every day. You know, we had to, you know, talk him out of it. But it just shows everybody's lowest parts, and it just, you know, it's nice that Steven can recognize that, you know. All right. Following this saga where, you know, Steven, following George's death, you know, we had a few things happen. This didn't happen in order, but one of the big things was Apex. People fucking jumped on that shit. We had so much fun for a while, you know, but things happen and, you know, people just lose interest in the game and whatnot. The queue times don't be very good. Nonetheless, very good, like, a very good time. Followed by another major event, Spider-Man, bro. Well, I say we, but the Discord just love binging this shit, bro. All the time I walk in on the Discord, they're like, yeah, we're watching Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, and 4. They got the 4th one? I don't know how, but, you know, they're that big fans that it just makes sense, you know. Now, we're gonna go to a few more sagas. Number 1, homosexuality. Not much more I need to say. This saga is still ongoing. Just like how the saga of One Piece is still going, man. That shit stays tight. People stay talking about that. Mostly Josh. He sends me DMs almost every day talking about One Piece. He says, who's stronger, Mihawk or Shanks? And I'm like, and then I'll be making shit up in my head and whatnot. I want to go back a few pages because this is Steven's downfall. You know, we got to complete a character arc. So he's letting out his primal rage, his primal instincts. He started boxing. He just wanted to fight everybody. He felt like he couldn't get hurt. He felt like he couldn't lose a fight. He never stepped in the ring with anybody, so we can't prove it. But we just look at monkeys and we look at Steven. It's just a representation of who he is. More and more, you're starting to see homosexual Minecraft shit. To be honest, I've never been involved in any homosexual Minecraft shit, but I don't know what goes on behind closed doors, you know. Steven and Josh lived together for a while. There was some, I don't know, there's some logistics I don't want to talk about there, you know. We're talking about wild monkeys, that's Steven. We're talking about the Greek bust. This shit is crisp as hell, my man. This photo actually looks so good. Like, look at the eyes. Look, they look perfect. He's got that deep stare, you know. Only thing behind that eyes is fire, you know. Look at the hair. It looks good. It's curly. Look at the neck shape. It's just like, you could study that. You could study that. It's a shame the personality and the ideas behind it are retired. I might have to bleep that shit out because I don't think you can say the R word and whatnot. But, you know, somebody's got to get cancelled for that. Now, we're talking about Steven and his bloodlust and how he's a wild monkey. He thinks he's carrying the fucking team when we play Counter-Strike and whatnot. He's pointing out Josh, you know. He says, fucking come here. Run them hands, you know. There was beef between them. I understand why they're both bitches for not settling it. But we can keep talking about this aspect. But we'll come back to that. This, I think, is an idea about either the Josh and me fight coming up, because here's me, here's Josh. I just rock him, sock him, left, right, you know, put him to bed. It's just whatever. Julian, on the other hand, he's above this. He's got a girlfriend. He doesn't need to look at the petty squabbles of men, you know. He's just chilling. Look at the shoes he's got on. My man's dripping from head to toe. Unbelievable. Cold, dead eyes. That's why this frame following shows that this is also a representation of how Steven views either the world or Josh in general, you know. Okay, we're gonna keep going. If you remember a little bit earlier, we were talking about Chad Cameron. This is what living in Mandra does to a motherfucker, you know. Look at the receding jawline. Look at the head shape. My man has got alien brain. Look at the jowls. Look at the glasses. Stasty, man. I don't really get chess, so I can't explain this meme. If you want that, go talk to my bitch boy, Steven. Alright, now. Minecraft age. We're talking about the 3 most punished men in the DC, or in the GC, alright? Cameron, Max, and Josh. These guys get shit on probably the most. Sky is probably a high contender as well. I don't know why. I do know why. But, you know, it's up for them to work out, you know. We're just coming to the end now, guys. Ooh. Now, if you remember way back in the video, I was talking about these 2 characters, Steven and Christian, okay? This confused me at first when I was looking at it, because I don't know the lore between these 2 characters, but it seems kind of homosexual, and it would fit in with major themes Steven has been talking about in this video, whether it be homosexuality or Minecraft or whatever. Even if we go forward a few frames, what the fuck is this? Rainbow anime boy? That shit looks like Shinji Ikari, gay icon, bro. I don't know. Like, I'm not one to judge. We are queer eye, of course, you know, like, we accept all genders, ethnicities, races, love interests. I don't know. Like, I gotta read off the checklist, but Ethan sent it to me, but I'll edit this part out. Now, final frames. Even monsters and enemies can become friends and lovers. If we go back, these 2 are freaks of nature. Cameron is 4'3", Max is 7'10". It's unbelievable. Like, I can't believe that it's such like a comical height difference that it's like a joke that these guys are friends, you know? Like, it seems unruly. If you go all the way back to our berserk analysis, this is the Fantasia arc, right? Everything is expanding. You know, we've gotten out of the Dark Ages. We know we've gotten out of the Dark Ages because Josh is dropping bars, you know? Like, the creative freedom that people are expressing themselves through is so sick. People are going to school, people are going to work and stuff, you know. This is the path to a greater future, you know. Love between homies, love between gamers, love between friends, love between enemies, you know. That's the whole video, guys. Pretty rough breakdown. I only had like rough scripting and whatnot. Just a reminder, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, hit the fucking every other video on the fucking channel. View star views. Let's do it, baby.